Welcome to Capital Business. My name is Margaret Njuguna. Today we are joined by Jason Moses, who's representing the 21st AutoExpo Africa that comes to Nairobi. Welcome to Capital Business. Could you kindly tell us about the AutoExpo Africa and what you aim to achieve with this expo?
Oh, thank you so much for having here. So I'm Jacinth Moses, and I handle the business development for Expo Group and the Auto Expo. The Auto Expo basically is an exhibition that we have for spare parts, automotive sector, and also tires and the businesses involved in the auto sector, basically. So this is the 21st edition that we're having in Kenya. And the fun part about Auto Expo this year is that it's a standalone exhibition. So earlier we used to have subsectors associated with the Auto Expo, but this year it's standalone. So we have exhibitors representing from various countries like the UK and China, then you have Russia, then you have a lot of people from India. So most of the countries who are interested in Kenya and also around East Africa, they have representation in the Auto Expo this year.
Okay. Could you kindly tell us, is this the first time? Okay, of course you've told us this is not the first time in Kenya. So where else have you held this expo around the continent, and what do you aim to achieve with this expo?
So the Auto Expo is concentrated on East Africa this year. We have the exhibitions in Kenya, Tanzania, and we are also coming up in Ethiopia. So East Africa is a main region that we're concentrating on because it's up and coming these days. The other countries that we go with is Middle East, countries in the region of Asia, and also Australia, some of our main markets that we target. So East Africa right now is coming up in terms of economy. There's a lot of opportunity here, and especially Kenya, because being a strategic location in Africa, Kenya has a great opportunity to be a gateway to the rest of Africa, especially for countries coming from the East, Middle East, Asia, China, India, and Malaysia. So these countries want to invest into Africa. They find Kenya to be an ideal route to get into the African market.
Okay, so how many exhibitors do you expect to host?
This year for Nairobi, we have about 110 exhibitors, and visitors, we are expecting at least 5,000 plus from in and around East African regions, mostly from Kenya, but we are expecting people from Tanzania, Ethiopia, who've shown interest to come and visit the exhibition so that they can make some good business contracts.
Okay, so how was your experience with your previous editions? Did you probably achieve the aim that you set out to achieve?
Absolutely. So we have been doing this for quite some time, so because this is the 21st edition. So for the last 20 years, it's been going great, and we look forward to more such exhibitions, especially for the auto sector and for any associated sectors. Last year for Kenya, even though there were some difficult times in terms of political situations and all, we did manage to have a good turnout, which means that the economy, even in a problem situation, has the capability to, look ahead and move forward. So it shows resilience, basically, in terms of the Kenyan people and the businesses here. So that is a point of encouragement for us. So we'd like to move forward in the future as well.
All right. So could you kindly tell us what should visitors expect to see when they come to the expo? Describe to us. Give us a sense.
All right. So we basically concentrate on business to business contacts. So even though there may be a lot of private players in the market who would want to come look at the exhibits, we encourage more business contacts for the exhibitors themselves and for the visitors who are coming to the exhibition, so that they can look at the latest technology that's going on around the world, and also they are able to get in touch with the best companies who are actually interested in investing in the East African market. Because the companies coming here for the exhibition, they will have done the research and explored the market already, and they want to make sure that they have a presence, and exhibition is the best way to go forward from there. And even for the visitors, it gives an insight you can look at all of these things online as well. But once you see it in front of you, and once you talk to these companies and the people coming from these representatives from the companies, it makes you want to go forward with whatever business deals that you were thinking about. So it helps things move faster.
Okay. So lastly, could you kindly tell us how is this year's expo expected to be different from what you guys did last year, and when do you expect to come back to Kenya after today's expo?
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So, as I said, last year we had AutoExpo, of course, but we had it in, we had other categories as well related to the expo. So we had industry machinery, and we had tools and hardware related to the auto industry. But this year we decided that Auto Expo needs to be a standalone exhibition. So that is the major difference. So we are concentrating on the automotive industry, automotive sector, spare parts, tires, exclusively related to the auto sector, all in all. So that gives a really good impact in terms of market penetration and in terms of market visibility for the exhibitors as well. So that's the difference between the last year's edition and this year's edition. And going forward, we are looking at 2019, probably somewhere in the month of June.
Yeah.
We will decide the dates, of course, and put it online. But we are definitely coming back to Nairobi.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay. Capital Business wishes you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for this interview.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
All right.